Okay. Adrian, that was a fine class. What we're going to do today is just review just the the modes that we were working on, that whole concept, just to make sure it's clear. For starters, the most important thing to understand is that your first mode of your major scale is equivalent to the second mode of your pentatonic scale, or your relative minor. Pentatonic and the minor being the same thing in this regard, okay? So your thing was, okay, if we did a F sharp major, right? What pentatonic would we use for that? All right, so, but I'm going to switch it to the G, just to make it easy. All right, so G major scale. What you should do when you have time, go through the first mode of your G major scale and your second mode of your E pentatonic, and you'll hear some pretty cool things. So right, that's the first mode of the G major, and then your E pentatonic. Kind of cool. All right, so listen to that back and forth, and you'll hear the original point that I made a long time ago, that the pentatonic actually holds the major, right? Pentatonic is like it's like the outline, and it makes its point, right? It makes the point, but then the G major expresses more detail to it, depending on the feel, right? So again, you can hear the more like a different mood in the major and the pentatonic. So right, so there's something in there, right? But one contains the other. It's pretty cool. All right, so now having said that, we went into the Hotel California song, where it was like the B minor, and then we did the F sharp minor, that thing. All right. When we went from the B minor, what we did is we barred the entire second fret, because for the B minor, the B minor, the major that the song would be in, as far as the key, if we were to play in a major, it would be the D, right? So the third mode of the D major scale would be right here on the second fret, right? And so you would play. There you go. I'll play it again. So there we go. All right, so that third mode's equivalent in pentatonic, the B pentatonic, would be the fourth mode of the B pentatonic. So that would be, so if you went like that, it would be. Right? That's its complement right there. But then we went to the F sharp minor, right? Since it starts on your sixth string, right, you're going to continue to bar that, and you just play a basic pentatonic shape from this position. I was kind of modifying things there, but I'll play it this way, right? So, yeah. Right? And then you would go into the A, and when you're on the A, you can also kind of go back to that pentatonic if you wanted to, or do the B pentatonic or the F sharp pentatonic if you wanted to. The reason I'm saying that is when you bar the entire second fret, you've got three strings, your fourth, third, and second string. That's an A right there, right? have that there, you also have an E minor, right? But in that case, you'll be doing the E major for that part right after the A. You could just hit that chord, but when you hit that, you can also go back into the third mode if you wanted to. And then we went into G. Now you could do something pretty cool there. You can, all right, because that's where a G major scale could go right there if you wanted to. But you'd have to keep that it's kind of tricky. You may want to just kind of play a few notes there on the G for the duration of that chord. And then you go into the D. Now it's pretty cool here because when you bar, you've got a D in there for the first 3 strings, right? And then you have an E for the second to the last 2 strings, right? Barring the entire 2nd fret. And I'm saying that because with those chords for the D, and then, right? And then you really don't need to do anything with this finger, right? But for the sake of playing the chords in their entirety, like, you know what I mean, like those kinds of things, all you need to do is just you can just stick with your third mode throughout, you know, the playing of the chords. You can do that if you wanted to. So I just wanted to show you all the different things you could do there by just staying in that position. You know, there's movement with the chords and stuff, but if you can just kind of keep playing that, right? So and then we did I just moved my hand in, right? And then, right? And then we did, what was it? Right? So you can do a lot of different things there. Play around with it, have some fun. Take your time though when you first start, right? Remember when you get to the G, just play a few notes and make sure it just kind of sets in just for the duration of the time you're playing that chord. Don't try to add any more because we have a few notes in there that would be, if you do one of those, it might kind of throw the chord structure off a little bit. Like a little dissonance might pop up there when you're listening to the playing. It's like, oh wait, that kind of doesn't go in there. You don't want that to happen. You just want to kind of keep it in there, right? But don't do too much. Just don't do too much there. All right, man. So if you have any questions with this, let me know. The Stevie Wonder song. It kind of went right in line with what we started with in the beginning of the class. Playing the chords in different spots, right? But we're playing an arpeggio there. And then we went to the A minor. And then we went to an A sharp major. Or, right? Do that if you wanted to. All right, so that's a pretty cool thing too. Arpeggios don't always have to be this. It could be played here. because you have the chord there. That's the way you can play the chord. And you would do the same thing. Your third, which is your E, if you wanted to make the major into a minor, you just do that. You just move it a half steps. You make it a flat, right? So that's why when we move to the A, that's supposed to be an A minor arpeggio. That would have been an A major. We're playing this though, because that's an A minor there. Right, yeah. Now when we go a half step over, that goes right back to the major form. So that's an A flat, right? Or yeah, you could say A flat or G sharp, but I would say A flat major. So we're here. Right? That's all you're doing. That's all you're going to do with that, right? So play around with it. And yeah, if you have any questions, get in touch with me. I'll leave a comment or send an email. All right, man. Thank you very much. Keep practicing. Keep up the good work. And I will see you soon. God bless.